Hello dear students, welcome back to the zoology classes. In previous classes we have discussed regarding the basis of classification of animals, in that particularly metameric segmentation and then the notochord. See, till now we have gathered so much information regarding the animals, that is basic feature of the animals, what are the basis of the classification of the animals, and we know that millions of species of animals are identified and discovered. We cannot study these organisms or the animals haphazardly. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇಕೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. We need to classify them into the convenient categories first in order to study the animals. So, as we cannot study animals haphazardly, based on the knowledge acquired about similarities, dissimilarities and basic features, animals are classified into small or large groups, in order to make the study easier or the convenient. So, animals which comes under the animal kingdom, the animals of animal kingdom are classified as yes, how they are classified into phylums. And how many phylums means 11 phyla. So they are classified into 11 phyla. Phyla is a plural form of phylums. Phylum. So how many phyla are there in the animal kingdom then? Total 11 phyla are there. In that, what is the first one? The first one is phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera is the one. Next is phylum Coelenterata. Phylum Coelenterata is the next one. Next is phylum Ctenophora. Phylum Ctenophora is the next one. So after that one is the phylum, after the Ctenophores, next is Platyhelminths, and the next one is the phylum Aschelminths. After this, the next phylum is phylum Annelida. Next is phylum Arthropoda. After that, the next is the phylum Mollusca. Next is phylum Echinodermata. After that, the next is phylum Hemichordata. And the last one is phylum Chordata, to which we human beings belong, along with other organisms. So phylum Chordata is the last one, right? So these are the 11 phyla which comes under which kingdom? Animal kingdom. So the animals which belong to the animal kingdom are classified into convenient categories which are called as phylum. So how many such phylum are there means total 11 phyla are there. This is what the order of various phylums which are present in the animal kingdom. First one is the Porifera, next is Coelenterata, Ctenophora, platyhelminths, aschelminths, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and last one is Chordata. Is it clear, guys? Make a note of these points now. So now, let us see the summary of classification of animals. On what basis the animals are classified? Okay, what are the examples of those animals? See, which kingdom we are going to classify here. So let's write that first. We are going to classify at the kingdom level. And what is the kingdom we are going to classify here means the kingdom Animalia. So based on first criteria we consider is level of classification. First one is level of classification. We consider with respect to that level of classification. So let's write two types. One is nothing but the what level of classification can be seen here means cellular level is the one which we consider as one group, and next group which belongs to tissue level of organization or organ level of organization or organ system level of organization. All these, let's put all these together in one group. Okay, the group of organisms which contains or which possess either tissue level or the organ level or the organ system level of organization. Then after the level of classification, what is their body symmetry? What is their body symmetry? So next one, let's consider the body symmetry. Body symmetry. After the body symmetry, next is nature of coelom. Nature of coelom, that is true body cavity. What is the nature of that coelom? At the end, let's write the examples of phylum. Example of phylum. Which phylum possesses these characteristic features? So what are the phylums? Say for example, we are going to classify the animal kingdom based on two criteria. Okay, what is that one? First, level of classification. Based on the level of classification, there are two groups are there. The group of organisms which possess the cellular level of organization, and the other group which possess the tissue or the organ level of organization. So, body symmetry. If the organism is asymmetric, means where the presence organism is asymmetric. What is the meaning of asymmetry here? Means any plane passing through the central axis of the body cannot divide it into two equal halves. So then it is called as asymmetry, right? That is asymmetric. Next, one is asymmetric, and then next is whether they are radially symmetric. Other criteria or other type of symmetry is radially symmetry and bilateral symmetry or bilaterally symmetric. So radial symmetry and then the bilateral symmetry is the other two types. Okay, so these bilateral and radial, okay, they comes under the organisms which possess the tissue level or the organ level or the organ system level of classification. Not classification, the level of organization. Then the level of organization, if the cellular means, okay, they are asymmetric. And what about the nature of coelom in them means there is no presence of coelom in them. So let's not consider that one. Such example of the organisms comes under which phylum means that is phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera. Similarly, if the organisms contain tissue or organ system level of organization, and if they are radially symmetric means that also contains the organisms which do not possess any type of presence of coelom, and that group of organisms includes the phylums, that is Coelenterata, and along with that one Ctenophora. Okay, so like that. What about the another group left is nothing but the organisms which possess bilateral symmetry. These organisms, then they are possessing the presence of coelom, and based on the nature of that coelom, okay, either they will be the pseudocoelomates, or okay, otherwise they will be eucoelomates. Eucoelomates means they are possessing the true coelom. There are two type of organisms can be found in those organisms which are bilaterally symmetric. They are pseudocoelomates and then the eucoelomates. What is the example of phylum for the pseudocoelomate organism means here? Pseudocoelomates comes under, what is that phylum? It is called as Aschelminthes. These are Aschelminthes. So Aschelminthes belongs to pseudocoelomate and bilaterally symmetric tissue or organ, or the organ system level of organization possessing animals. Similarly, eucoelomates. Here these eucoelomates, okay, example of eucoelomates contains, what are those? See, we have written these phylum names in an order, right? Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Aschelminthes. What are the next remaining phylums are? After the Aschelminthes, Platyhelminths. Platyhelminths are also, Platyhelminths comes under which group means here one more group is there, that is Acoelomate. Acoelomates means even though organisms are bilaterally symmetric, they do not possess the presence of any coelom, so those are called as acoelomates. And remaining phylums comes under, okay, eucoelomate groups. What those are means? After the platyhelminths, next are Annelida. Okay, after that one is Arthropoda. After that is Mollusca. Next is Echinoderms or Echinodermata, phylum name is. And after the Echinodermata, next is Hemichordata, and lastly Chordata, phylum Chordata. So this is what the summary of schematic representation of classification of animal kingdom into, or on the basis of body symmetry, level of formation and nature of coelom, into 11 phylums. Okay, see, this representation is very important for the aspect of NEET or the CET. Why? Because this instead of these words, say for example in NEET or the CET, instead of radially symmetric, if they represent it as A, symbol A, instead of acoelomate, if they represent it as B, okay, instead of porifera, if they represent it as C, okay, instead of mollusk, if they represent it as D. Then how the NEET or the CET question will be asked means, so in the following diagrammatic representation of the schematic representation, what A, B, C, D indicates here? We know that one, as we know the summary of the classification of the animals. Here A means in the place of A, the radial should be there. Means A is representing radial symmetry. What the B is representing here? Among the coeloms, there are three type of coeloms are there: pseudocoelom and then the eucoelom. But here the another one is acoelom. So here they should be acoelomate. Then in C, we know the example of the phylum which possessing cellular level of formation, asymmetrical type of symmetry, and those there is no presence of the coelom in them, nothing but porifera. And what about D here? Okay, among the bilateral and eucoelomates, annelids, arthropods, and next one are the nothing but mollusk. So D is representing mollusk. Like this, you have to identify that correct answer. Okay, in this way, okay, NEET or the CET questions will be asked. This is regarding the classification of animals and the account or the summary of the classification of the animals. In next class, we will discuss regarding each phylum separately, and let's discuss regarding the phylum Porifera in next class. Any doubts in today's class means you can ask me personally. Hope you have enjoyed today's class. Thank you guys.